Hi, in this video, let's talk about your introduction. How do you feel about introducing yourself? I know most of you feel a bit nervous, sweat rolling on the palm and on your back when you attend networking events and you just don't know how to introduce yourself. And most of you might introduce yourself as, my name is such and I do XYZ. And that's where it ends. Then we have a problem, you see. So one of the toughest questions people have to answer in the personal branding workbook is introducing yourself. There's a reason why I put that very at the beginning of the workbook. It's because this is where I find out where you are at in terms of your brand building, because it starts from there, how you are actually identifying yourself and how you actually tell, how you explain what you do and who you work for, who you serve in one sentence. Now, this is a very different approach to building a elevator pitch or 30-second intro. It's not like this. I want you to drop that concept that you have to have a pitch ready or you have to have a readily available elevator pitch or 30-second intro. Let's move away from this and let's unpack a little bit more in this video. Now, when I talk to a lot of you, you explain your roles and the work that you do in a very high level way, as in you use the industry jargons, you use terms that normal people do not understand, starting with your job title. By the way, these job titles don't mean much these days because the role job descriptions are so blurry. There is no clear boundary as to what marketing manager does and operations manager do, and etc. So without making it too complicated, let me go straight to it. Let me give you an example. One of the clients that I worked with, her role was digital transformation. And I would ask her further, so what does it mean, digital transformation? And I asked her, give me an example of exactly how that kind of role, how that kind of work that you do pans out. So she gave me an example that she used to work with a chief information officer for a large organization, and he engaged her because he wanted to align his department's vision with the overall client's objectives, overall company's objectives. Okay, but what does it mean specifically? What actually happened in that role, that project that you took on from this CIO? And she explains that one of the problems the IT department had was the fact that when a project gets initiated, the process of designing and building a solution for the company took more than a couple of years. And by the time it gets implemented, that solution is no longer viable or no longer up to date. Therefore, millions of dollars wasted. So she wanted to change the process so that they don't have to waste so much money. Bingo. In other words, what she does is in fact helping IT department so that they can design and develop processes that can be more rapid in delivery so that companies do not have to waste millions of dollars. Why can't we say that in the intro? So let me role play here. Let me pretend to be the digital transformation expert. So I meet you for the first time. Hi, my name is Sung-Yi. Do you know IT departments being quite slow in implementing new services for you in your company? That's if I was talking to somebody in a large organization. And that person is likely to say, oh yeah, I know. We have that same problem. Exactly. So my role is to help IT people to become more rapid in solution design and delivery so that you guys don't have to waste millions of dollars. You see? That's how grounded it can be if you could use a specific example that's relevant to the person you're talking to so that it doesn't come across so conceptual and so airy-fairy. And that's the problem here with your introduction. Let's be more specific. Let's weave a story into it so that people can grab hold onto it and they can paint a clear picture in their mind of what it is that you do. That will help you gain confidence in what you do. That will help the receiving end understand what you do so that when that person remembers you, they can actually articulate exactly what you do. Not in exact words, but in their own interpretation of the story that they heard from you. So I challenge you to bring it down to the street level so that when you describe what you do, it is something that people can resonate with. Okay, before I let you go, let me give you my example. So I'm a personal brand coach and a photographer. If I just tell somebody, hey, I'm Songy, my name is Songy, and I take photos and I coach people on their personal brand building, and they're going to say, what is that? So I say this instead. When people ask me, Songy, what do you do? Do you know somebody who think they're really not photogenic and they hate being photographed? I'm an expert in helping them so that they can feel confident about being photographed. I'm expert in helping ladies who are less than confident about putting themselves out there so that I can get them grow their business with confidence. So like right off the bat, I can engage in a conversation that's meaningful for that person. Because so many times when I say that, when I start with the reflective question of, okay, have you seen or have you experienced? And the conversation flows really naturally. That's why I call it not a pitch. So in summary, what you need to do for your effective intro is this. Focus not on what you do and who you are, your title. Your focus needs to start from the other person and start the conversation with the challenges and the problems you solve as an expert for the people you serve. So, with that in mind, you may think that, oh, does it mean I cannot have just one intro? Yes, that's right. You better start digging because I'm sure some of you feel that you do so many different things that you cannot possibly have one intro. That's fine. What you have to do then, look at key projects that you enjoyed delivering, key roles that you had in the past. And if you find a pattern, use that. If you don't see a pattern, you can easily have more than a couple of different intros based on the project, based on the person you're talking to. Your introduction is very important. So spend some time weaving stories based on the key elements that you have in your career, in your business, so that when you meet somebody for the first time and when you have to introduce yourself, you know how to do so with confidence. You can do it once you start moving away from focusing on you to them. Thank you for watching. I hope it was really helpful. If you have any questions, do write to me. You know where to find me. Thank you. See you in my next video.